As spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our red Zerg player, our red Zerg. The now favorite player to win the entire tournament. We'll see if he can be stopped. We'll see if he can slow down. It is Wayne. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player himself, the chaotic nature that is Strange. Let's go. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck in the chat. Whew. Best of luck. So we are going to be settling in. So far, so good. We should be seeing standard openers here. Yeah, Hatch Gas Pool out of Wayne. Meanwhile, Strange back at home going for his own gate expand. No proxies, no shenanigans for the time being. Something that Strange is known for in this matchup is more along the lines of like 2 or 3 base all-ins. Mid-game aggression is where Strange really does thrive in this matchup, less so in the early game. So again, as I mentioned before, I don't expect to see a series as chaotic as the one that we saw against Milky Cow. Not quite like that. I feel like we peaked early tonight. Like the Strange versus Milky Cow matchup was nonsense. It was great. It was beautiful. Beautiful. So now we do have that gate expand into Cybercore. Likewise, we're just waiting for our tech of choice, waiting for the Cybercore to finish, and then we'll see if we do embrace a Stargate, a Robo, or a Twilight Council. Let's go. Wait to see how that does follow up. Likewise, I'll be honest, I haven't actually seen a lot of Wayne recently. I mean, I was saying earlier how he just hasn't been as active as he used to be. So in general, I'm not too certain if Wayne does enjoy playing Lurker like a lot of other Zerg players do, or if he's more Lingbane Roach Ravager focused in the mid game either. So I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm ready to see some more Wayne here because I've been deprived of Wayne for so long. For a long time. Give us some more Wayne. As we have our tech of choice, going to be a Stargate opener out of Strange. Stargates, I would imagine, into Oracle, into a third. Because of Strange's style, and because of his preferences, I would not be opposed to a Void Ray opener, even if you play standard, just Void Ray into a standard setup just to try to keep Wayne in the dark. But we'll see. We shall see. I still love that Red Storm. Ah, it's beautiful. It's a shame it's in the corners of the map, not like in the center or something, but it's a very nice effect. And speaking of Void Ray, there it is. Yeah, Void Ray opener out of Strange. I do really like this. Again, the goal, the purpose of the Void Ray opener is to deny Overlords. Deny Overlords, deny scouting, and keep the Zerg player in the dark as to what comes next. And it could just be a standard game, or it could be something crazy, like a second Stargate and a Fleet Beacon into Sky Toss. It could be a Twilight Council into Glaive Adepts. It could be even a third base in a standard game. It could be anything. So our eyes are on Strange. As the Overlord is hunted down. Behind this, Wayne just happily joining up. Has some Lings active on the map, but just really to get eyes on any kind of move outs to ideally delay the third. As Wayne does rotate. Does rotate over. Up. Going for the Adept, going for the Probe. The Probe does survive. Very clutch move out of Strange. Does save the Worker. Did wall off with the Pylon. And Strange holds. Strange expands. Back at him, Eva Chamber. I imagine this is for +1 melee. I imagine +1 melee into Ling Hydra is going to be on the horizon. Meanwhile, Strange, we have the tech of choice. Robo. First things first. It is melee. So melee is on the way, as we did mention. So it looks like, again, Ling into Hydra, into Lair Tech. Meanwhile, across, technically it could be Lings into Mutas as well. True, that is a possibility. Meanwhile, across the map, Strange is going for the Robo. I would imagine this is for early, I was going to say Immortal production. This can lead into a Bay, into Colossus. Twilight Council's on the way. This feels like Immortal Archon, with Charge, not with Blink Stalkers, I would imagine. But we'll see. We'll see how this all comes together. Observer first. Oracle across the map. 5 drones going down so far. Not bad. As he's keeping tabs on Wayne, going for the stasis. Stasis going off. Lair is on the way. Wayne trying to get a read on what Strange is up to. Safety Roach Warren's on the way. As we mentioned, upon seeing the early Robo, it did scream charge, and there it is. Charge.Archon Immortal is what Strange is going for. Otherwise, we would have seen a faster Forge and Twilight Council instead of a faster Robo. So it's building up towards that army. If you recall, we saw Nikita, we saw Skillus go for a similar style previously in Master Colosseum. Not quite the same, but similar. If you remember, he opened up with an Archon drop instead. There is no Archon drop, we're just building up, getting to charge lots, Gateway Explosion as well, and this should be a massive move out on 3 bases. I did assume that there were going to be some Immortals with this, but it's possible it's just going to be purely Charge or Archon. Purely Charge Archon instead. As Strange is building up. Prism has arrived, and it's go time. And Wayne back at home, thankfully, because of the safety Roach Warren, he needs roaches. If he was committing into purely Ling Hydra, he'd just die here and now. He would just topple over, as it is so difficult to defend, but roaches are necessary against these earlier move-outs and these more aggressive builds. So thankfully, safety Roach Warren, Roach Ravager is amassing for Wayne. Did read this well, is still taking in towards an infestation pit, a little bit greedy here from Wayne. A little bit. And strangely moves out, the army is revealed, and he's going for the 4th. And the 4th base should go down. Stasis going off, saves the queen. Nice force fields. Very nice. As the force fields are broken, Lings, they get called out. Hatchery does fall. But what about the follow-up? As the queen should eventually go down. There should be no escaping from here. Wayne coming in from behind. Likewise, going for a big link counterattack instead. Immortal gets caught out. Yeah, the Immortal is surrounded. Nice catch. The shield battery putting in a lot of work, but the Immortal does fall. And here comes the recall. And you can see the Immortal production, not just 1, 2. Second Robo. Second Robo is done. Double Immortal production here for Strange. He did well. Killed the 4th base. Killed a couple of workers. Saved his own 3rd. But ideally, he wanted to be still on the map. This thing run by did force him back home, and now Wayne has some breathing room. He's able to breathe. Building out more roaches. And Strange, he's just gearing up and getting ready for the 2nd wave. Wayne is looking for a 4th. Confirms that there is none. The wall! Oh, the wall is wide open! The wall is not a wall. Lings, they flood into the natural and into the main. Strange out of position. And as Strange responds with the entire army, Wayne, he hits a 3rd. He's just pulling pulling Strange apart. And Wayne is all over this, going for the Immortals. Hot pickup does not save the Immortal. Yeah, a bit of miscontrol there from Strange. He did lift the wrong Immortal. Clouds, they connect. They strip away the shields on the Immortal as well. A nice force field though, nice catch. Efficient trades here from Strange. Takes another bout to the face. He's committed, he's all in. At this point, he's all in. No 4th behind this. It's all or nothing, he's going for the 3rd. Some of the army does lag behind. Strange has to bring it all together. The Immortals, they step forward. Sorry, the Roaches, they step forward. They go for the Immortals. Oh, they get 1. There's 1 Immortal left. And it's going to be targeted down. Oh, the Immortal falls. Doesn't get unloaded. And with that, Wayne, he holds. He shuts down the army, takes down the Immortals, the Prism, and the Archons as well. It was close, though. Wayne did lose a mineral line, but alas, Strange lost everything. And now he's vulnerable to a counterattack. Wayne, he's looking to snowball out of control, takes everything down, going for a counterattack, and there is almost nothing to defend. There's 1 shield battery, 2 Archons, and nothing else. No Immortals, no Prism. A very intense back and forth here in game 1, but Wayne, he will overwhelm. Will overwhelm in the end. Getting to the mineral line, knocking down the expansion. There is a reinforcing Immortal, but the Immortals on their own, they can't really do much here. They cannot save the base, not on their own. GG gets called as Strange. He runs out of steam, and Wayne takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Wayne does take the first game here. Does take a lead. Here we go. Does take a lead, and now we're getting into game number 2. So again, just really good scouting from Wayne. He was able to recognize what was going on. He thankfully did not cut too many corners. He did go for the safety Roach Warren, and he was able to keep up. Despite that, Strange was quite successful with his move out. What really carried Wayne in this game was the Ling run bys. The Ling run bys were able to give him some breathing room, give him time to actually build back up and maintain himself. Again, the Ling run bys with the MVPs there for Wayne. GG. GG, well played. We're now getting into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of King's Cove, we have the red Zerg player. The red Zerg leading the series 1-0. It is Wayne, aka Vanya, aka Radata, aka Radicate. Bruce. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player trying to pull a fast one over on his opponent. And again, he wasn't looking too bad in that last game, but just barely didn't have enough to break through, and likewise had to respond to those run bys. We'll see if he can bounce back. It is Strange. Let's go. To do settle in. See in chat, Wayne's playstyle reminds me of Cyril's. I think Wayne, personally, I do think he plays, personally, I think he played, especially when he was active last year and the year before that, a little bit more aggressively. Wayne would remind me a little bit more of Raynor, just because of the Ling run bys, Ling counterattacks. He would often play Muta as well, his Muta play. But again, that was a couple of years ago. And yeah, I just haven't been able to see as much of Wayne recently because he hasn't been playing much, is the reality there. So that's why I'm excited to see like how he does open up. So far, has been reacting well. That's what game 1 was. Game 1 was mainly more reactive play. Of course, had the wherewithal to counterattack and to apply pressure across the map as well. Whether it's the Ling Flood towards a third or the Ling Flood into the natural and main. But we'll see how things do differ here in game number 2. We shall see. But now, 2-gate. Oh, okay. My apologies. 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener out of Strange. So Strange is going to be more aggressive early on. With a 2-gate opener, this means that we're going to get into earlier double adepts. 2 adepts to move out across the map. This does delay, or this will delay the tech. True. This will delay the tech. This will delay the cyber core. Delays the Stargate as well. In favor of earlier adept aggression. And this could just be a double adept opener, or this could be a quadruple adept opener. You could go 2, and then you can get a 3rd and 4th, maybe even a 5th and 6th adept as well. So we'll see how committed Strange is going to be here. So we do settle in. There we go, making 2 adepts at a time. The chronos are here. But again, I'm most curious about the follow-up. Meanwhile, Wayne does scout. He checks with the Overlord. He's fully aware of what's going on. Wayne will have to make extra lings. He will have to make extra lings here to hold on and to keep up. Meanwhile, Stargate opener out of Strange. Still going for the Stargate. Now, as a reminder, last game, Strange did open Void Ray. I like the idea of him opening up Void Ray for a second time, as we're going for no 3rd and 4th adept, instead going to be a Stalker follow-up. And the Stalker is going to help when it comes to denying vision and denying scouting. You know, adepts move out. Wayne back at home making more lings. He's just making more lings. And he has to, right? He has to respect the adepts. 2 adepts taking one-shot workers. They get a bit of larva. Not bad. They deny some of the larva. Shading towards the natural. Once again, Void Ray. Yeah, once again, Void Ray opener. I do like this. And again, what I want to see here is a Void Ray opener into a different build to what we just saw. Again, last game it was more of a Charger, Archon, Immortal all-in, like a 3-base all-in out of Strange, which had its moments. Third base on the way. And last game, it was a Robo follow-up. We'll see if this is going to be for a Robo, Twilight Council, or Stargate. Now, here on King's Cove, because you're so defendable in 3 bases, I'm not opposed to seeing like a second Stargate and a Fleet Beacon. We have seen that work here on King's Cove. It is possible. So that is more viable here. I would prefer it on Abyssal Reef, but King's Cove isn't too bad. Once again, earlier Evo Chamber into plus on melee. Now, if you recall, I did mention last game that this typically leads into Ling Hydra. That is true, but we should be seeing a safety Roach Warren at around the 5-minute mark out of Wayne. So if he has to make Roaches, he can. Twilight Council. And Forge. Standard follow-up. Twilight Council and Twilight Council and Forge before the 3rd base is done. Should be for Pulse and Blink, I would imagine. So far, it's looking like a standard follow-up. Oracle hits the natural, gets a drone. Robo now on the way. Twilight Council's almost done. And we'll see if he indeed does invest into Blink, or if he does deviate and go into charge again. Strange is moving out. That's a lot of Lings on the way here for Wayne. We're going to make sure he doesn't lose much here against not just the Adepts, but also the counterattack across the map. As you mentioned, +1 and Blink, yep, is on the way for Strange. Now, the next thing to keep an eye on from our Protoss player is his gases. See if he does take them. At the 3rd, I mean. See if he takes or if he throws down extra gateways. Meanwhile, Queen goes down. Nice pick of Oracles. Barely escape. Whew, just barely. Strange does pull away. Meanwhile, more and more Lings have been amassing. Ideally, those Lings would punish Blink Stalker aggression. There's that safety Roach Warren at the 6-minute mark. At this point, though, I'm pretty sure this should be for Ling Hydra, as the lair is almost done. And this Roach Warren is actually pretty late. It's a minute late. If it was to be like a proper safety Roach Warren. Meanwhile, we've got a lot of Lings. Lings are moving out. And there's the Gateway Explosion. This is what we're waiting for. Gateway Explosion. There is a Gas Geyser here at the 3rd. Okay. Got some mining. Lings, they collapse in. But the Oracles, they will shut this down. A better trade for Strange. A lot of Lings get thrown away. That's how many? 31 Lings going down. And this is looking to be a 3-base all-in. Gee, a 9-gate 3-base all-in. Oh my god. Not even just 8s, but 9 gateways. Let's go. I mean, he has that extra Gas Geyser, so he has some extra Warpins available, I would imagine. And this is a unique variation. So typically, when you go for this kind of all-in, you would skip the Robo and you'd instead get a proxy on the map. Instead, we had Strange getting the Robo into a Warp Prism, into an extra gateway, extra gases, and is committing. So it's all or nothing for Strange. Big 3-base all-in. +1 is almost done. Sentries are here for the force fields. And Wayne, he does desperately need some Roach Ravager. But remember, the Roach Warren was late. It was a 6-minute Roach Warren. Strange is pushing in. He's pushing forward, and the Lings, they're not really going to be able to do too much here. They try to collapse on the army. Nice Blinks. On the Miles, though. Sentries go down, and no more force fields. Void Ray doing what it can. The Stasis. Stasis goes off the Miles. Miles, they turn away the Prism. Prism barely survives with the Stalkers. They're falling one after the other. The reinforcements are late. It's still so close, though. Ooh, the Miles, they connect. They take down one of the Stalkers. Strange is still pushing in. But Wayne, he's barely holding. He's barely holding on. The Miles were brutal. And no additional force fields. Strange is trying to push forward, but Wayne, he has plenty of time. Yeah, he has time. He can lose the base. Coming in for the surround. 36 more Lings in production. Once again, Miles, they do connect. And Strange is just running out of units. He's running out of units. Running out of army. The all-in is denied. And now Wayne can counterattack. He can just counterattack. He has Roach speed. He's sending everything across the map, and Strange has nothing left. There is no longevity. There's no +2. There's no Colossus production. No Storm. No Archons. No nothing. GG gets called, and Wayne takes a 2-0 lead. Whew. GG. GG, well played. A unique variation of 3-base all-in from Strange, because he went for the Robo instead, because he went for extra gateways, because he went for the Prism. It did hit a little bit later here, and likewise actually hit with Force Fields, with Sentries as well. So yeah, kind of Strange Zone twist to a 3-base all-in with Mass Blink Stalker. Zone twist to it. Did have potential, I want to say, but pushing up the ramp was brutal. We saw he didn't quite have the best army positioning either. When the Lings flooded in, typically they would only be around the outskirts of the main army, and then you can blink back and kind of like maintain control of the army and reduce surface area on your units. We saw Lings, they were able to slip in, and get like better surrounds on the army as well. They did trade well against the Stalkers, and it was a really rough engagement there for Strange. Likewise, the Sentries were the first units to die, and that means no additional force fields. So he couldn't really stem the tide, and with that, GG. GG, well played. We're getting into game number 3. Getting into game 3 here, and we'll see if we can fight back and make a series out of this, or if it all ends here and now. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have our red Zerg player. He is the reigning runner-up of Firegrow Cup number 4. He's looking to either make a repeat or even extend that, even take the entire tournament. It is Wayne. Almost died. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player himself. Down in the series, we'll see if we can bounce back and make a series out of this. The pressure is on. It is Strange. Here we go. Wayne is good at StarCraft 2. He is, of course. Of course he is. It's very good. I mean, Wayne is good. Personally, I think Vanya is better. Hot take. I think Vanya is better than Wayne. Kappa. Rattata. We don't speak about Rattata. We don't speak about him. As Wayne is going to be opening up Hatch Gas Pool. Standard opener. Back at home, Strange is going to be setting up here with his own Gate Cyber Expand, or Gate Expanded Cyber Core. Standard opener. What resources would you recommend for improving SC2 fundamentals? There's a lot of arcade maps. There's a lot of arcade maps out there which I think are really good. Depending on your race, will kind of depend on what you want to work on. But there are like training arcade maps out there for like spreading creep, for injecting, for hotkey learning as well. That's what I use. There's a hotkey trainer which keeps track of like your correct and your incorrect like kind of inputs. Like it tells you to do something and you have to do it within a given time. It keeps track of your reaction, of the time it takes for you to do so. Likewise, there are also camera location trainers as well, which forces you to defend multiple locations at once, and use your camera locations. There are control group trainers, which forces you to like assign a control group to like different areas as well, and different spine crawlers, and you have to do that. There's just so many resources out there if you look for them. So depending on what you're lacking, I do recommend checking out the arcade. There's actually there's a lot of really good stuff there when it comes to training fundamentals. This is like, again, fundamental stuff, not so much builds, and I do think you have to work on your fundamentals before like learning a build and executing that, specifically when it comes to the basics of like your hotkeys and of your control groups and stuff like that. So yeah, check it out. Do check it out on the arcade. There's like micro trainers, of course. If you're Terran, there's like marine split trainers as well, right? Like there's a lot of tools out there, for sure. Then when you're comfortable with that, then like learn a build, right? Learn a build for each matchup, and then practice that against AI. Ones you can beat. I think for me at least, I think the hardest AI is like elite, and I think after I could like consistently beat elite AI, I hit the ladder. I think I placed platinum, right? So that's like around that level, and then you can like start playing against other people. It's like refine yourself against the AI, then hit the ladder and keep going. Rattata was the best evolution, clearly. Hot take, hot take. Nah. Big Vanya fan. Big Vanya fan. Meanwhile, as we're settling in, it was a Stargate opener. Once again, I need to give attention to this. Once again, Stargate opener into Void Ray. I appreciate it. You know, I feel like if you go Void Ray once, you got to commit to the Void Ray every game of the series. So Void Ray opener into a third base with hidden tech. This time, Glaveadeps. This time it's going to be Glaveadeps here at a Strange. So I do appreciate that despite him going for the same opener every game, has had a different variation every time, a different follow-up, whether it was going into, you know, 2-base all-ins, 3-base all-ins, or this, Glaveadeps. Now, this is not an all-in. Oh my, this is designed to get damage done. +1 air attack on the way. This I was not expecting. Now, I believe this should be a fake out. Wayne, he's about to scout. Wayne, he's being active with these lings, and if Wayne sees the researching Cybercore, that screams, yeah, he cancels. If he scouts, that screams Sky Toss, and the idea is to force the Zerg player to react in a certain way. Alas, it is now cancelled, and here come the Adepts. And Lings does confirm. So Wayne, he's aware. It was a later Roach warrant for Wayne, so Roach production has been delayed. Spine Crawler's on the way as a result. No setup for a wall. Ay. This is a rough position here for Wayne. As Adepts, they make their way across the map. Going to be shading in. Collapsing in the army. Lings are trying to buy some time. Queens are putting in a lot of work. But Adepts are breaking through. They're breaking through into the main. Lings, they do melt. Roach production has begun. Spine Crawl is done as well. The voids are being pulled. Voids are going down. 4 drone kills so far. 4 drone kills. Nothing left in the main. Decent damage here from Strange. And behind this, he's transitioning into Blink and +1. Blink is on the way. +1 is on the way. Remember, this is not an all-in. This is designed to get damage. And this is 10 drones. Oh my god. 10 workers going down. Crazy. 11 workers. 11 workers do fall. Adepts are cleaned up, but that is the damage that Strange was looking for. Not just 11 workers. Remember, that was 11 workers and 25 lings. Very nice damage. And Wayne can't really counterattack. Not yet. He's waiting for Roach Speed. Roach Speed is still on the way, so Wayne is going to be stuck at home. He has to redrone, resaturate. Meanwhile, across the map, Strange has a worker lead. He's up in workers, and he's building up and getting ready for his next step, for his next wave, for his next push. It isn't just Blink and +1, Immortal production, and a massive gateway explosion. With all these gateways, Strange had a choice. He could have expanded. Strange, he could have expanded. He could have taken a 4th. Alas, he chose not to. On a map like Frostline, it makes sense. The 4th base is very difficult to defend on this map. Wayne, he checks for the 4th. Goes to run by. There is a wall. This time, Strange is ready. Nice force fields. Very nice. Oh my god. Did have to spend extra force fields, and 1 sentry goes down. But he does catch out those lings. The surround, papi. Let's go. And again, Strange is getting ready for his eventual move out. Here comes the Prism, and with that Prism comes the push. The all-in. The 3-base all-in. Wayne back at home is still recovering, is still trying to redrone. He's on 3 bases. Okay, 3-base economy. 65 workers. A good economy here for Wayne. And now he has to focus on purely Ling Roach Ravager production. The Ravagers are going to be a really important part because of how heavy sentry-based this army is. That's a lot of sentries. That's a lot of force fields. So Ravagers are required. How many Ravagers so far? 1. 1 Ravager for Wayne. That is concerning. That is a concern. Now, as Strange moves out, Wayne, he goes for a counterattack. Hits the 3rd, and he catches out the sentries. Very nice. Gets 1. He should get 2. 2 sentries. Strange, he keeps pushing. He did abandon those 3 sentries. Ay. Probes are going down. He's completely all in. The 3rd base is forfeit. Wayne also pushing towards the natural. I do really like this. This is very desperate. It's a very desperation move here out of Wayne, but it's doing a lot of damage. And now it's all or nothing for Strange. Takes down the 4th, but it's not about the 4th. He has to keep going. Strange, he has to keep going, has to keep pushing. Lings, they bust into the main, forcing defensive warp-ins. Ooh, Adepts are left back at home as well. Not really doing much. Lings are wreaking havoc. They forced a recall! Oh my god, they forced the main army to recall. Stalkers are left behind. And that's a massive win for Wayne. As everything recalled back home. Wayne, he has so much more breathing room. He can remax, he can rebuild. And Wayne is going for the 3rd. And Wayne just has so much time to make more roaches, more lings. He has 1,000. I would like to see Wayne make something. He has 1,000 minerals in the bank. Spend your money, Poppy. Spend your money. Oh, there we go. He's injecting. He's trying to inject. Ooh, he's droning, actually. This is greedy. Wayne, he's droning up as we speak. He's getting up to, what, 70, almost 80 workers at this point. There we go. He's getting up to 77. That is a lot of workers. He's double expanding as well. This is a little bit greedy, but you could argue he can get away with it. Like, again, Strange, he was forced all the way back home. His all-in has been delayed, but this is still a terrifying army. And Wayne, he has to respect it. So far, good Ravager count. Hive is on the way, Hydrogen on the way. You could argue maybe he's ahead enough. And here comes Strange. Here comes Strange. He's pushing in. Nice force fields. Very efficient trades here from Strange. Very efficient. Meanwhile, again, there is no third. Time is working against Strange. Oliver's a big Wayne fan. So Ravages are morphing in. A couple of them do get caught out. Nice force fields. The Wilds, though. Oh my god. Oh, the Wilds, they do connect. They shut down the sentries. They shut down the Void Ray. And here comes the surround. GG gets called as Strange. He runs out of steam. He runs out of units. And Wayne will take the series 3-0. Advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Wayne does take the series, and Wayne advances on to the grand finals to face off against Shameless in a best of 7. Let's go. We have our 2 finalists. Again, Strange, I do appreciate his builds, and I do think he had potential, especially in some of these games, whether it was here in Game 3 or even in Game 1 as well. Like, Game 1 was a very close game, was very clutch. It could have gone either way. In the end, though, Wayne does take it. My condolences to Strange, as he does bow out of the tournament, and Wayne will advance on. Again, as a reminder, Wayne, he was last month's runner-up, and he was the runner-up to Young Yakov. Young Yakov had a very dominant performance against Wayne in the last best of 7 finals, but now there is no Young Yakov. Young Yakov, there was an upset. He got taken out early on in the playoffs by Power, by a Protoss, and that means that Wayne, he is now the favored player to win the entire tournament. He's the favorite player to win the entire tournament. We'll see if Shameless can stop him. We shall see. As we are getting ready here for the grand finals. Getting ready for the finals. And our players, they need some time here to conduct those videos. As a reminder, it is going to be a best of 7. As a reminder, best of 7 grand finals. And I'm actually curious about the history between Wayne and Shameless. Now, I know that we've been hyping up Shameless a lot over the past year for good reason. Like, Shameless, again, he has been improving so much over the course of 2024. In saying that, though, even though he has been improving, he's still not quite, I would say, at the level of at least what Wayne was. But I want to see what the history is between these 2 players. I would imagine heavily in favor of Wayne, but I'm curious. I am curious. Give us the stats. Give us the numbers. Let's go. I played 3v3 a lot before I had the guts to play 1v1. Yeah, that's true. Some people, they do enjoy playing team games before 1v1. I don't think it helps too much. In general, I do feel like build orders and openers in team games are very different than what you encounter in 1v1. So if you want to like learn or practice a build, I don't think team games help you too much there. But maybe they help you when it comes to dealing with anxiety. That is like a thing that some people do experience. Like ladder anxiety is very much so a phenomenon in not just StarCraft, but in a lot of competitive games. So breaking the ice with team games maybe does help. Maybe. Okay, and this is what I wanted to see. Okay. So as we're getting ready for the grand finals, we got some numbers. We got some stats. Whew. !B in the chat, of course, to have a look at the back yourselves. But I'm curious about the history between Wayne and Shameless. Now, again, Shameless, he really did hit the field and really did hit the pro level around November of last year, like November of 2023. That is why there is nothing back here. There's very little like information like pre 2023, just because Shameless, he was a Masters player. He hit GM in the end of 2023 and he's been GM for like a year now. But let's have a look here at 2024. So it looks like we have a 62% win rate for Wayne, 62% series win rate, I should say, 65 in total. So quite close, actually, quite close between these two players is in favor of Wayne. But we have seen Shameless bring him down before. Was able to bring him down here in the PassionCraft Thursday showdown, here in Firegrow Cup number 3. There it is, Firegrow Cup 3. Shameless did take him down 2-0 in a best of 3, but did fall in a longer series. And most recently, Shameless took down Wayne in a best of 3 in the 3D NSFW. Excuse me. In the most recent 3D Clan tournament. But what I should emphasize here, when we do see Shameless defeat Wayne, it is close and usually in shorter series, best of 3s. What I find really fun though is that they have never had a best of 7. They had a best of 5 here in Firegrow Cup number 3, but they had a best of 5, but they have not actually had a best of 7 between the two of them. Clearly though, I do favor Wayne coming into this, but I'm excited to see Shameless, you know, make him work for it. He's taken series before, he's taken maps. Can he take a best of 7? That I'm less certain of, but I do want to believe that he can take you know, force a game 4, game 5, game 6, an ace match potentially. I'm here for it. I am here for it. Again, Shameless is a very young player. He's very young. He's much newer to the scene, newer to the region. As I did mention, he only hit GM at the end of 2023, and only started like embracing the pro level and competing in pro tournaments in 2024. Which is, again, why I do say has been kind of like the rising star of this year. It's been great to see his rate of improvement over the course of 2024. I mean, a lot of players have been improving this year, and a lot of players have been rising up, but I guess Shameless specifically is more of a newer player and a newer face to the pro scene that has been able to do so. Like, speaking of this year, like, we talk about like Cristiano, we talk about Nicaract, for example. There are other players, Geralt as well, other players that have been improving definitely, but they've all been around for a longer time. They're more veterans than at least Shameless, for example. They're the vets, man. But with that, here we go. With that, here we go. We are getting ready for those finals. Vetoes are underway. Until then, we might just go on a short break. Yeah, we're going to be going on a break. And when we come back, we will have our next series. We'll have the grand final. So take this time to enjoy yourselves, get some snacks, get some food, get some water, drain your disruptors, massage your marines, and hydrate all of your hydras. When we come back, we'll have that best of 7. See you soon.